Look at this. If you're running a SaaS business, listen up. This template right here generates 10,000 traffic per month across 27,000 pages, targeting keywords like websites using Shopify and websites using Google AdSense. Programmatic SEO is basically you produce thousands of pages using one template, and that template is usually dynamic. And in this video, I'm gonna show you 8 more examples of what they're doing, why they're doing it, and how you can copy their SEO strategy using my 3-step process. Let's just get right into it with my first example here, which is Zapier. So here we're looking at Zapier and Ahrefs. And if you're not familiar, Ahrefs is an SEO tool that tracks pretty much every single website that ranks in Google organic search. So what I usually do if I'm trying to research an SEO strategy is I'll pull up their top pages. In this case, you can see Zapier has 111,000 pages, which generates them 3.4 million visits per month organically. Now, I know Zapier is running a programmatic SEO strategy, and they're also running a non-programmatic SEO strategy. You can see that here, in this case, the 7 best AI image generators. So this is not programmatic. It's important to understand that because a lot of people are wondering, hey, do I just do programmatic SEO? Can I do non-programmatic? You can do both, and Zapier is doing that here. But for the purpose of this video, let's just unpack their programmatic SEO strategy. And I know they're targeting terms like integrate X and Y tools. And it's funny that they're doing that because they've been doing it so successfully, they're getting a lot of competition. I'm just Googling a quick keyword like integrate active campaign with Thrivecart. Obviously, I've spelled things wrong here, but you can see here, active campaign, which is the brand, ranks number 1, Thrivecart ranks number 2, but down below, Zapier, SureTriggers, Integrately, SyncSpider, they're all very similar SEO integration tools like Zapier, and they're all basically copying Zapier's SEO strategy, which Zapier like sort of pioneered here. Going back to Ahrefs, let's just do an contains integration, so I can see exactly which keywords and URLs exist that Zapier is using for their programmatic SEO strategy, and you can see here that they have 78,000 pages all using this exact same template, right? So if I come in here, Google Sheets integration. So in this case, it's optimized for the term Google Sheet integrations. So if I were to Google this, I'm going to get Zapier's page. But we just looked at over here is actually something different. So they have 2 different templates they're using for programmatic SEO, which is important. They're using an X integrate with Y strategy and as well as an X integration strategy. So let's look at both really quick. In this case, you can see, again, this is the Google Sheets. And if I go in here, Zapier ranks number 1 for Google Sheets integrations, actually above Google Sheets. And then down below, Thrivecart, Make, which is a competitor for Zapier, same thing. They're also running the same exact strategy. So if I click that, it looks very similar to Zapier's template. Going back to this example, so integrate X with Y, if we go back to Ahrefs, you can see that we actually get both of those things here. But if we come into the URLs, we can actually refine this a bit. Actually, you can't, because if I'm looking at this right now, the way that Zapier structures the URLs, they have the X and then the Y, and then they have integrations in between the URL structure. There's no like pattern here to just find the X plus Y. It's just one or the other. So if I skim through, you can see that a lot of these are similar. You know, Calendly integrations, Eventbrite integrations, and if I keep going, so this one right here is actually one of those where they have integrations in Mixpanel and Marketo. So in this case, it's the combination. So that's Zapier's strategy, and it's working really well for them. Now, why are they doing this? Well, again, Zapier is a product that helps people integrate tools that otherwise wouldn't be able to integrate. So in this case, they're not only optimizing getting search traffic, but they're getting high intent search traffic that their product actually solves the problem, which is critical in a programmatic SEO strategy, that your product actually has to solve the problem of the search query. If you can do that with your product, you're going to be really in a good spot, because basically the call to action, the next step that you want users to take when you get that traffic from Google is to actually sign up for your tool, and Zapier does that really well. Another example I want to show, a bit of a different one, HireAHelper. So what this site is, basically it's a lead gen site for moving companies. And in this case, their template is basically moving from X to Y. They're actually doing a couple different templates. Let me show you. So looking at Ahrefs again, I have them up here, and you can see they have 27,000 pages, grabbing 127,000 traffic, and they're growing nicely here over time. If I scroll through, you can see just the template, the sort of a pattern IDs here. So again, really important highlight here is you want to identify a pattern, a repeatable pattern, a keyword pattern that you can use to power your templates. In this case, they're using the movers pattern. So if we come in here, we're looking at San Antonio, hire movers in X, and then that would be, the X would be the city. So they've pretty much replicated that hundreds of thousands of times, and that's how they're powering their programmatic SEO strategy. You can see here, they're ranking for the word moving company, San Antonio movers. So with this one page, they ranked for a lot of keywords. And I get a question a lot. It's like, hey, Shane, how many keywords do I put into one page at a time? And the answer is almost optimize for your long tail, and you'll almost always get the short tail that are semantically related to the long tail. So in this case, they've optimized for hire movers in San Antonio. They're going to get movers in San Antonio, but they're also going to get hire movers in San Antonio. And they're also going to get best movers in San Antonio because they have the word best on the page. They don't need to have every permutation of the word exactly laid out, but as long as they have the words on the page, Google will figure it out and will test them. In this case, you can see top X San Antonio movers. So, and they also have compare. So they're working a lot of these keywords that are helping them rank for a lot of secondary keywords. Really great, well-developed programmatic SEO strategy. Another thing to call out about this strategy is that they have really great breadcrumbs. So it's making it really easy for Google to understand the site architecture of this site, rank all of these pages, and allow 27,000 pages to actually get in the search results, because Google can understand how they're related to each other. Because Google will be like, oh, these are all moving pages and these different states. In this case, if I were to click Texas, you have a hub page here that links out to all of the spokes. This is the classic hub and spoke approach. And then if we go back, we go all the way up to movers. This is their basically capstone. So in this case, they're probably linking out to all of their states. In this case, they're linking to their top cities here, which is great. So those are what you would call deeper links. They're linking directly to the city. And you know that these are really high valuable pages if they were to get to rank. These are all states. So you can see, again, they have their capstone page linking to their states, which then the states link to the cities. Makes it really, really easy for Google to understand what's going on with this page. Again, similar to Zapier, as soon as somebody Googles and finds them, they're gonna pretty much the next step for a user that Google's hire a mover in Charlotte is gonna want to use their service. So their programmatic template maps really well to the term, and ultimately this is a great strategy that's going to get them a lot of traffic and help grow their business. The next example is very similar, LawnStarter. It's one that I brought up before in my past videos. Let me show you what they're doing. So I have the top pages report pulled up here, just as I did with HireAHelper. They have a few less pages here, 12,000. And sometimes what you'll see is that you could create pages for every single keyword permutation, but sometimes you want to be more strategic about it and only create pages where there's search traffic. Sometimes what people will do is create a page where there actually isn't any search traffic, and I would argue to not do that, because what you want to do is only create a page if there's search traffic, so that Google is sending people to your site and they're seeing they have a good experience on that page. If you have pages on your site that don't get any traffic, you can actually consider removing those pages to help have Google focus only on the pages that you want to rank. It's a common term for this is called index bloat. Basically, you have pages that aren't driving any value for the business. In this case, LawnStarter has 12,000, almost 13,000 pages, which generates 300,000 traffic per month. If I scroll down, again, they have a blog, but they also have these basically city plus lawn care service pages. Again, really straightforward strategy. They're trying to rank for these local search result keywords. If you scroll down, they have how it works. They have some dynamic images from their jobs from Phoenix, which again, I would recommend you do that. If you go back to HireAHelper, you can see they also have dynamic content here, which is very relevant for, in this case, Charlotte. So all of these things are Charlotte specific. The costs, the time, pretty much everything here is Charlotte specific, which is what you want. You want it to be keyword specific, not general. Sometimes I see people try to get away with creating very generalized programmatic templates. Not a good idea. So that's LawnStarter. Again, they're also optimized to convert the user. And again, in the hero, which is key here, they're trying to convert users that come in on this page to become customers. Let's look at BuiltWith. It's the one I let out with. So BuiltWith is over here. Let me pull up. Yep, here we go. So very, very, very simple programmatic SEO strategy executed extremely well. Let me pull them up on Ahrefs as well. Okay, so I got BuiltWith pulled up here. Now, a couple things. So what you're looking at here specifically is everything in the website list directory. If I were to remove that, you can see exactly all of the different pages they have on their site, and they have 56,000 pages, but I'm really focused on one set of pages. And you can see here the website list part of the URL is the part that I'm most interested in, because that is where a lot of their traffic is coming from. And you can see here, they don't actually get that much traffic to their site, but the traffic they get is extremely high intent, right? Only 20,000 sessions per month, according to Ahrefs, where LawnStarter, I think, was 300,000 sessions per month. It's not about it's not about the quantity, it's about that quality. So if we look at some of their pages here, again, website list Shopify, if people are Googling websites built with Shopify and they find this list, I can guarantee you they're going to be customers of BuiltWith, which makes programmatic SEO strategy so powerful. So again, Shopify store directory, Shopify stores list, they rank number 1 for that, number 3 for that, number 1 for that. Google can see that this page is extremely relevant for this query, even though there really isn't that much content on this page. It's just a list. And then there's some pretty much other lists that BuiltWith can create with their data. So they basically just created lots of different data sets and they just let them be indexable. One thing they are doing here, again, that's pretty intentional, is their site structure is very intentional in that they have home, trends, e-commerce. Again, they're very intentional with site architecture and allowing Google to understand how things are related. So again, if you're putting a programmatic SEO strategy together, you really should keep in mind site architecture and breadcrumbs. I want to move on to another example here, Webflow. Really straightforward example here as well. Let me pull them up in Ahrefs. All right, Webflow here in Ahrefs, 159,000 pages, 1.3 million visits per month from SEO. That's a lot of traffic, and I can guarantee you it's helping grow their business, no doubt about it. Now, they have a couple things going on here, but I want to focus on one sort of version of their programmatic SEO strategy, and that's with their made in Webflow directory. And if I do a filter there, you can see they have 26,000 pages in that directory of their site. And if I scroll through, you can very quickly see the pattern they've identified as one that's really good for their business. In this case, it's made in Webflow and then free template. If I just go to one of them, you can see what they're doing. Discover free template websites built by the Webflow community. In this case, they're optimized for free template websites. Let me go back and show you a couple more examples here that are a bit more straightforward. In this case, here's a great one. Discover portfolio websites. So if I actually were to just Google portfolio websites, you can see Webflow ranks number 1, best portfolio websites. So in this case, if I was Webflow and I created a page for this and people are Googling best portfolio websites, they might want to create a portfolio website. Therefore, they would use Webflow's software to do that. So again, programmatic SEO strategy that's mapped to user intent of these queries that then naturally gets people to use Webflow as a part of the product, as a part of this experience. So not only they're matching user intent, which is going to let them rank well, Google's going to send them traffic, but then they're converting that into users through clear examples like, hey, these are all built with Webflow. Use Webflow. Super straightforward, great execution. And again, you can see they have a lot of pages targeting this traffic. So 111,000 from this programmatic SEO strategy. And it's all dynamic, right? It's just websites that have been made with Webflow. There's not a lot of work that Webflow has gone into doing this. It's just showing what they have. This is what makes programmatic SEO strategy so powerful, is that they don't actually require a lot of production. Yeah, there's going to be some engineering hours to produce this template and to show it, but a lot of the content's already been created, so that makes it really scalable. The next one here is Zillow. So Zillow is obviously a monster website, but what they're doing is incredibly, they understand the power of SEO. In this case, New York real estate, homes for sale. They have millions of these pages. I think Zillow has something like 6 million pages. Let me pull them up really quick. All right, they're loading 6.8 million pages with programmatic SEO. And you can, again, very, very quickly see if I scroll through what they're trying to do here. So Los Angeles, California, let's look at that one. So yeah, Los Angeles, California real estate and homes for sale. So they're just optimized for Los Angeles, California real estate and Los Angeles, California homes for sale. And I guarantee you, if I were to Google them, they're ranking number 1 for those terms. And let's just see the keywords that they're ranking for right now. Yeah, houses for sale, LA. I mean, yeah, it's just crushing it. And they're making a ton of money with these templates. And these templates are very dynamic. All the content that they already have on the site is just shown and optimized for the keyword. Great experience. Very engaging too. A user can, of course, refine their experience if they want to dial into some specific thing relevant to their area, which makes the page even more engaging, which you want when it comes to SEO. Highly engaging page makes people not click the back button, which is usually a signal to Google that they're getting what they want when they come to your page. All right, moving on. SimpleTire.com. This is a bit of a different example. This is actually e-commerce, but they do have kind of a SaaS-like experience. All they're doing is targeting tires, find tires, and get them installed in city. That's their target. So they want to find people that are looking for tires and then show them the options to get them installed. Let me show you what they're doing. All right, SimpleTire loading up here, 110,000 pages. Again, another programmatic SEO strategy. If I click into this is the New York one I just showed you. All right, it's loading. Very similar to LawnStarter's experience. They have a CTA here. Then they have the how it works. So yeah, if I scroll down, again, these cards, they have Yelp here. So that's really interesting, really engaging. And they're showing the tire prices. So if you don't know what SimpleTire does, they sell tires. So in this case, if I wanted Falcon tires, if I click into this, it's going to be like, hey, here's your tire for your truck. Honestly, I don't love their website that much. It's kind of not very intuitive, but at the end of the day, it is ranking well for these terms. So you can see, just so you don't really have to do like every single thing right, but you could just have to get the template there, optimize it for the query, show relevant information, and you'll be in good shape. The next example here, Canva. I love Canva. They do a ton of things right when it comes to SEO. Let me pull them up. Scrolling down, again, 147,000 pages, generating 233 million traffic. Now, a lot of that's branded, so what I like to do is refine that a bit. Let's do that. Okay, so we refined it just to the United States, now we're down to 50K pages with 30 million traffic, so a lot less. We can refine it even more. Give me a second. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is actually refine it and only go after the URLs and show the URLs with the word templates in them, because I know that that's where they house a lot of their programmatic content. So in this case, 16,000 pages, 4.6 million in traffic. Every single one of these URLs is leveraging the same exact template, but different content is powering them. So, and it's also optimized for different keywords. So in this case, calendar templates, resume templates. If I were to open this up in an incognito window just to show you, because I'm logged in. So in this case, resume templates, and it's just showing all the resume templates that you can create with Canva. So not only is it mapped correctly to the query, it is also delivering on the intent. It is also making it clear, giving a clear conversion pathway. If I were to click into this, customize free template. Okay, now I'm going to be a Canva customer. It's just so simple, and they do such a great job. Of course, again, engineering hours, I'm sure, went into producing this template, but imagine the traffic they're getting from these pages is, of course, vastly more valuable than, from an opportunity cost perspective, great investment of time and resources here. All right, and the last example I want to show you in this section, and then we're going to get into how to implement, is GlassDoor. They're doing a how much does X job make in Y, which is a really great experience. I mean, they have a ton of different programmatic strategies going on in GlassDoor because they have so much data. So the one thing you're probably seeing now is the data powers these templates. It makes these templates possible. So if I open up GlassDoor, let's see them. Okay, GlassDoor has almost 6 million pages, generating 5.7 million traffic. One thing, you just saw Canva. They have 16,000 pages, generating, I think, 4 million in traffic. You can just see how vastly different these strategies are, but they all can work. So let me actually draw down that number and target just those pages that we were looking at for GlassDoor. So yeah, what I'm going to do is grab the word salaries here, and I'm going to go into this URL dropdown, put in salaries, and that's going to draw down that number significantly. Okay, 896,000 pages, almost 1 million in traffic, but you get all of those dynamic pages. In this case, here's one right here, UI UX designer salary. If I click that, how much does UI UX designer make? This isn't even optimized for a location. It's just in general. And I guarantee you it's trying to find my IP to show how much people in my area make for this job, because that's what they'd probably be guessing. So yeah, scrolling through here, you can see that they have popular companies for UI UX designer. And again, it's just thinking about the intent of the query. Clearly somebody that wants to know their salary is probably job hunting. Then they're going to show jobs, right? Popular companies that UI UX designer could work for, open jobs, clear conversion pathway, going to get people to engage with their platform. If I keep scrolling here, what's the outlook? And then recent salaries and where they're located. In this case, all United States. I'm sure if I were to click into it, or I guess I can't, these are not engageable. But yeah, I mean, it's just giving an example, a range of salaries. And then how recent, just again, really great use of data. And then down below, just like more context. I'm guarantee you all of this either AI generated or just programmatically generated. So really, really great use of programmatic SEO here. Okay, how to implement? Well, again, you may have seen some patterns, and what you need to do is look for keyword patterns for your particular niche. So if you're a SaaS company, look for keyword patterns, keywords that people that would use your tool are typing into Google. That's pretty much what you need to be doing here. And the page you have should meet the user intent, right? So we looked at a lot of examples. We just looked at GlassDoor. How much does X job type make? Again, it gave that answer, and then it gave recent jobs that have been submitted to GlassDoor. companies that are looking for those jobs. Like really, really relevant and helpful. And again, it's all leveraging the data that GlassDoor uses. BuiltWith was an example. Let me actually go back into my screen and show you that one. This was a really, really great example of a very, very simple programmatic SEO template that just spits out the data that BuiltWith has in its database, but just puts the type of data at the top, like websites using Shopify. These are those websites. It's just in the data, and you just need somebody to just organize it and show it and push it and so that Google can crawl it and then index it and then users can see it and then you're gonna rank, and then that's how it works. The last bullet here is structure the template to make it engaging and lead the user into your product. You saw that with LawnStarter. You saw that with Zapier. They structure their templates to lead the user into using the product, and it maps to the query. It's perfect. The very last thing I want to show is Canva. So the one tweak and one thing I want you to think about is Canva uses programmatic SEO not only to get customers, but to build links. This is key because in order to grow an SEO program, you need links, and Canva does that with all of its programmatic SEO because all of its programmatic SEO templates are also tools. People can use a lot of these tools. If I go back into Ahrefs, let me show you. Let's look at canva.com and refine it for just the programmatic pages that we were just looking at. In this case, has templates in the URL. You can see, in this case, the resume template page is getting over 570 links to this page again right here. And if you're not familiar, again, backlinks, referring domains. In general, you only really are most interested in the first link you get from a website. The second, third, and fourth link have diminishing returns. So we usually just look at referring domains, which is just how many individual websites are linking to a specific page. In this case, 571. That's really great. Scrolling down, there are other templates in here as well. Again, infographic maker getting 200 links. They just double as link building magnets when you build tools that are also programmatic. And that's it for this video. And I help SaaS businesses generate revenue with SEO. I'll see you in the next one.